positive signal. Bernie Sanders was on Face the Nation. And now, again, we'd say this when you're talking now about Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Keith Ellison. These are the leaders of the Democratic Party, or at least the leaders we need as we finally clean house from these failures that have been running it. It was Bernie Sanders on Face the Nation. And he says, look, to the extent that Donald Trump is even remotely serious about his middle-class agenda, I'll help. And then, if not, and on everything else, I'll fight him.
You are an average American out there making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. You're working longer hours for low wages, while almost all new income and wealth is going to the top 1%. You know what, John? You're pissed off. You're not happy about it. You're seeing your jobs go to China. Your kids can't afford to go to college. You can't buy the medicine that you need. You're worried to death about the future generation. Trump tapped that anger. Now, what our job is to do is to see what is his solutions. All right, he talked about the problems. Do you think throwing 20 million people off of health care is a solution to the health care crisis? Is giving hundreds of billions of dollars in tax breaks to the top 0.2% going to be the solution to income and wealth inequality? I don't think so. So our job is to say, Mr. Trump, you talked about being a champion of the working families. All right, now produce. Your rhetoric was great. Now do something. But we will not accept racism. We will not accept sexism or xenophobia.
Do you think that his campaign was built on that? Newt Gingrich said that idea was garbage.
No, I'm afraid Mr. Gingrich is wrong. I'm not saying all it was built on. But when you begin your campaign by talking about throwing 11 million people who are undocumented out of this country, or building a wall with Mexico, or preventing Muslims, one of the largest religions in this country, in the world, I should say, coming into this country, of course, to a large degree, it was built on that.
Democrats going.
Thank God for Bernie. And that's exactly what we need. Look, where you have made commitments, which obviously you're demonstrably not serious about fulfilling because you've embraced a horrific corporate-driven Republican agenda and you want to kick people off the healthcare rolls and everything else. But look, to the extent you're serious, infrastructure, killing bad trade deals, maybe you listen to us about raising the minimum wage. Great. And then everything else that you built your campaign on, bigotry, we'll fight every step of the way. Now,
hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Subscribe.